Let's talk about Hal. He spoke to our friend Michael Kay about offering A-Rod this deal to basically vamoose. We'll give you an out with dignity as opposed to you sitting on the bench and, you know, and we know we owe you $27 million. Here's $27 million. Here's a title. Play one more game in front of your fans and your family in pinstripes on Friday night, and then please leave, because they're honoring the '96 championship team for the rest of the weekend. They're putting Mo Rivera's plaque into Monument Park over the weekend, and that's where I want to talk about this. Because Hal Steinbrenner was asked by Michael Kay, would you consider putting Alex Rodriguez into Monument Park? And here was his answer. It's a bridge to cross when we come to it, but he's done a lot for this organization on and off the field. And I'm talking about players way back, even Cano, meaning Robinson Cano, who he was a mentor to. He's done a lot for this organization on the field through the years, but also off the field that people don't know about. He's been a great mentor. And I'm hoping this is the case, Hal. I hope you're just taking the high road, which is what I believe he has shown that he wants to do. He wants to be a nice guy. He could have fought with A-Rod in many ways, and he did. It got ugly. We all know it got ugly, and A-Rod has turned the page. And I know that he's saying all the right things to Hal, and Hal's trying to say all the right things to A-Rod and give him the respect that he deserves as a 22-year vet in this game and one of the all-time greats, even though we don't know, again, as I mentioned yesterday, how much of his play was fueled more than just his desire. But do not put this man in the monuments, Hal. Maybe you don't want this week to be about the headlines for his final 4 games being Hal Steinbrenner will not put Alex Rodriguez in the monuments. This guy does not deserve a place in Monument Park in the Bronx. I know he got a 2009 championship ring. It made me delighted. My son, my oldest son, was 1 year old. You know, I sat him on my lap when A-Rod did his business in that 2009 World Series. I understand that ring would not have been there without him. I understand that's Girardi's only ring at this point in time, which takes a lot of pressure off the whole situation. I understand he has a contribution and has made one to the Yankees over his 12 years, but he is not Monument Park worthy. I am sorry. Rest of those guys that are out there are there for a reason, and not just because they were mentors or good guys in the clubhouse and helped out. You know where he would be numerically in the monuments? Now, they don't order it by number, but you know where he would rank numerically in the monuments? He would rank between Phil Rizzuto, one of the all-time great shortstops of the Yankees, who was number 10. And you know what number 15 is? Just 2 up from his number 13 is Thurman Munson, the Yankee captain. That is some hallowed ground, Hal.
Can I ask a question?
No, I'm not done yet. That is some hallowed ground. I am just saying, I hope he did it because he's trying to be a nice guy. And he's understanding how the news cycle works in New York. But let us say goodbye to A-Rod. Let him get out there. If he wants to be in spring training and he wants to be an instructor and he wants to be on TV and he wants to rehabilitate his image continuing, that is great. And he deserves it. And he deserves the kudos for doing all the right things over the last couple of years. But a spot in Monument Park where my grandchildren will go one day in the Bronx and for his 12 years, and I understand he's made mistakes and he's gotten up. And he's made the left turns, as Brian Cashman says. Who in this world has not made left turns? I've made left turns when it should have gone right. I understand. But he's made way too many left turns to get in a Monument Park. He's made enough right turns after those left turns to get what he's getting this weekend. This week is the farewell that he's getting after what happened and all that water underneath the bridge. If the bridge was the George Washington Bridge that Rizzuto always took in the 7th inning, it would be inundated with all that water right now. Can't put him in Monument Park. Now, sir, I'm sorry.
Is the reason because of the steroids, or is it because of the steroids with everything? Because Andy Pettitte was the last person to go in to Monument Park. Andy Pettitte used steroids.
Excuse me. You cannot be comparing the two things. If you're
I'm asking what is the reason because of steroids, or is it because of just all the baggage that came with it?
If you are saying that the steroids is the apple, and then I'm telling you A-Rod's the orange next to the apples. Andy Pettit, I could tell you about 96, Game 5 of that World Series. I could tell you about 98. I could tell you about his entire career, 2000, 99. Andy Pettit is a homegrown true Yankee who left with Clemens and then did something stupid and then admitted it. Totally different stories. So I'm saying, yes, steroids and everything else.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.